Good evening. This is the Nintendo Racing 112 TV game. It was made in 1978, and it's quite rare, I think. This one is not especially fantastic condition as it has this crack down the side. However, it seems to be completely operational. We have player 1 and player 2 controls here. And then, of course, if you're playing just solo, you can use the main wheel. Now, my understanding is this game didn't come with the AC adapter. However, I do have the proper AC adapter made by Nintendo for it, which is, of course, included in this sale. The unit has a built-in RF output, which looks like this. So if you have an original Nintendo RF adapter, or at least a Japanese Famicom one, it has a similar style plug. However, the RF switch has a male plug, and usually the game units have a female plug. This unit, however, has a male plug, and I don't have the RF switch that came with the unit itself. However, what I have done is I have taken the male connector from a Famicom RF switch, and I have added one of these RCA male-to-male adapters, and that works just fine. So, just to show you, I'm doing this all one-handed, so it's kind of awkward anyway. So, there we go, we're all hooked up. I don't actually own a TV, so this is going through a VCR, which takes RF and outputs it to S-Video, which my computer has an input for. So you'll see when I turn the power button on here that the game itself will power up. So I'm also doing a recording of this in Vegas, which I will post online as well. So power on, and here you can see the game is running. There's a flashing 00. So here's the wheel, a little back and forth. There are several different modes on these switches here. Of course, this is power on and off. This is whether or not the cars go in a straight line past you, or if they go in a wavy line back and forth. So that's this switch. Then we have this button, which is sort of the collision sensor. So with it off, if you hit the sides like so, your car doesn't die. But with it on, if you hit the sides, then that counts as a crash and you die. Selects how many opponents you have, if you have one or if you have two. So now you can see there's two opponents going back and forth. So if you have this one on, you have two opponents, and then you turn this one on as well, then you have two wavy opponents, which is actually quite difficult. This is your different player modes. So you have one player. The next selection is, I believe, also one player, but only in half the space. So that's quite challenging. And then this mode, you have two player. In this mode, the wheel doesn't do anything, and you have to actually use one of these controllers. So as you can see, both of these controllers work. So in one player mode, let's have one car, and I'm going to be doing this Oh, I forgot to mention there's a gear shifter here. So if you're in the correct mode, which I believe is this one, you actually do have not an automatic transmission, you have a manual transmission. So gear 1 and gear 2. This is the reset button. So when you hit this, the game starts. And I will demonstrate that now. Just allow me to put the camera down. Okay, so I'm going to start the game. So in this mode, it's pretty simple. This is probably the easiest way to play. You're just avoiding the car. So as the number ticks up, you can... Oh, I crashed. As the number ticks up, you can see the number of cars that have passed. And when you get to this yellow spot, then that's like a dirt road, I guess. So then it's a little more difficult to drive on. Oh, dirt patch. Oh. Yay, I got to 50. Oh, and I crashed. And I believe when the track starts going backwards, that signifies that it is game over. I didn't use the gear shift at all, actually, while I was playing because the camera was resting against it, but you get the idea. Let's try again. So now it's revving up. And I believe this will pump it into second gear. Yep. Now I'm rocking with one hand. Whoa. So I'm just going to leave it in second gear. And crash. So that's about it. I'm going to turn that off just because the sound is annoying me. Also worth noting is on the bottom of the unit itself, there is a switch there which selects channel 1 or 2, which if you have a North American TV, I believe you have to actually select channel 98 or 99 or so. I'm not entirely sure, but it works on my VCR, which is set to channel 1. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you bid.